Well, as long as like you can hear me, that's what's important. So I had a lot of issues with depression, and it took I hated the way that I woke up every morning.
Right.
And it took me to the point where like I was ready to break down and like just be done with everything before I came to the realization that I needed to like work on myself. And I feel like that for me it was a very extreme point,
Mm-hmm.
but not everyone gets to that point. Like there's different levels of severity in which you can realize that you need to get the help in order to satisfy yourself. Like you can wake up and realize, hey, I'm not happy with this aspect of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it really takes for you to know that there's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like the moment you realize that you're not happy with something, that's the point that you need to look at yourself
Right.
and realize that I need work. And it's okay to need work.
Right. Yeah. See, that's the one thing that like I'm trying to like help people, like even at work, like I'm trying to do it, like, and it's really like weird to do, and then like talk about, but like I'll just like try to like show someone like whenever they're doing something, like, hey, like I want you to do this, and I'm gonna like completely walk away, and just know it's okay for you to be wrong. I will come back whenever you're ready for me to come back to help you. But you can like you can be wrong. It's okay. Like I don't care. I'm not gonna go tell Matt. I'm not gonna go tell my boss or our boss. Like it's okay to be wrong. Like it's not. It happens. Like,
Yeah, and I mean that's part of being human. Like
Right.
you make mistakes. Like
It's just,
everyone needs to be okay with that. And
Right.
it doesn't matter how far in to the problem that you get. You can be 1% in, or you can be like fucking at the breaking
Mm-hmm.
point. It doesn't matter as long as you realize that there's an issue and you do something before it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Because regardless of how far you are into your
Right.
life, there's always still some form of life that you have. You
Right.
can wake up tomorrow.
Right.
There's a good chance you're going to wake up tomorrow. So why not try to make
Right.
tomorrow a better day?
Right.
Why not try to make every day past today a better day?
Mhm.
Like, it doesn't matter if people look at you a certain way and judge you. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the only person that matters who judges who is you judging yourself.
Right.
Because you're you know who you are and you know your problems.
Right.
And you have the ability to realize that you can fix those problems.
Right, but it's also, I think, important to maybe look out for other people to, like, for feedback.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you can't do everything by yourself, but
I mean, it's brutal, too.
it's brutal. I mean,
It's
yeah,
so
like,
brutal.
And that's the thing. You
But
gotta
it's
be
important.
willing to say like, I have issues, and constructive criticism is important. Like,
Yep.
you can't
And then to
look
realize,
at 360.
too, with, like, the criticism whenever they're being overly critical, too.
Yeah, grain of salt.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
It's definitely, and part of me feels like, especially in American culture, that it has to do with like a sense of pride that we're kind of taught to have.
yeah, the ego.
Yeah, the ego, and it's super unfortunate because I work at Walmart, so I see a lot of people, who, I mean, they just think they're the hottest shit in the world, and it's just like, you're like, not to be a dick, but you work at Walmart, like, you're not the fucking president. You're not fucking changing the world. I mean, like, you are changing the world in a sense of everything that you do. You can
Right.
change some aspect of the world, but what I mean is you aren't like changing everything. Like you aren't
Right.
fucking Jesus, okay? Like you need to calm down a second and realize that you have issues and it's okay to have issues.
Mm-hmm.
And
100%.
I don't know, like I've done, like you were saying, helping others. There's some people at work who I don't necessarily enjoy, but because of my position, I have to work with them.
Right.
And because of that, like, I try to make the most out of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten them to, like, I might not like them, but they like me, and that's okay. And I've tried to help shape them into hopefully making better life choices. For instance, there's a lady at work who, I'm not going to, say a name or anything,
Yeah, no,
but,
don't need to
like,
drop names.
she makes a lot of fucking stupid-ass decisions with her life.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, like, you're depressed, you have issues with anxiety and like bipolar and shit. Like, hey, maybe instead of like, you know, just drinking all night and staying up late, how about instead you cut back on the alcohol, the drugs, and, you know, you exercise and get out in the sun. Like, I understand it's the exact opposite of what you want to do, but doing what you're doing right now only snowballs. Like, it's only going to get worse the more you continue the issue. If, like, let's say you put your hand in a pot of boiling water, right? You're like, ow, this fucking burns. Would you instinctively take it out, or would you leave it in just because, man, I just, like, I don't feel anything doing anything else, so at least I'm getting burnt? Like, no, that's stupid. Fucking take your hand out of the boiling water and fucking cool it off. So, like, hopefully you can still use your hand later on in life. Because guess what? That hand has a lot of uses, and, like, you never know when you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
I don't, like, and I've done pretty well in helping certain people, like,
I mean, you only can do so much.
yeah, you can only do so much, and, you know, do what you can. That's what it comes down to is, you know, you shouldn't break yourself trying to, you know, help other people, especially if you can't help yourself.
Right.
But, you know, just be a good person, help out your neighbor. And,
yeah, see, like that's the one thing, like, I heard of, it was something with, like, Duncan Trussell was saying it, and I forgot where he said he heard it from, but I think it's, like, some Buddhist type thing, and it was, like, tend to the garden you can touch.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It is. It's so good.
It's
like, you want to go change the world, like, yeah, but your mom needs help with this, or, like, your dad needs, like, is asking for you to come over and, like, make a dinner with him or something, or, like, your friends need you for something, like, they like, miss you and want to see you, and you haven't been over there for, like, 5 years, or your wife is, like, not, like, you know, whatever the situation is, and you're not doing that because you're so worried about trying to change the world.
Right, and, you know, just the select few who can, like, within their build, like people like Bill Gates and, you know,
but see,
they've tended to the garden that they were able to.
Right, and
you don't have that unimaginable wealth to back you. You don't have.
Well, and you're also looking at their end versus your start.
Yeah.
That's a
great way to put it. Like,
not
you know,
a good way to judge yourself, because, like, why don't you look from where they started? Like, how many people do you think told them that, you know, their little thing in their garage is never going to amount to anything, and whatever, and they're like, yeah, like, it might not, but, like, this is what is making us happy, and we think we're doing some cool stuff. We're going to continue doing it.
Yeah, and I think ultimately what it comes down to is, I feel like, especially in school, you're taught that you have to do certain things, and it comes down to, like, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, but at no point do they talk about, like, what it is that you do to make yourself happy throughout life. And because of that, people kind of ignore that aspect of their life. And so, especially the younger generations right now, like, they go through school, they do these things, but, like, they don't have necessarily ways to express themselves that they're used to doing, because it's just, hey, you had to do this, you had to do this, you had to do this, and then suddenly all these responsibilities add up, and they don't know how to take a break from those responsibilities and express themselves. So then they end up collapsing under this huge pressures that give them all these sorts of anxieties.
Right.
And, you know, I feel like a good portion of that could be changed if we just kind of let them know that they can express themselves in certain aspects. And not shame people for chasing the things that they enjoy. Just because you can enjoy whatever the fuck you want to enjoy. Like, you enjoy fucking painting flowers? Paint flowers. You enjoy skydiving? Skydive the fuck out of yourself. Like, do as much as you fucking can.
I'm, like, the first one to I'll try to, like, say that, and then, like, I'll try to say something around someone I think I know has been mocking someone else. And then I, like, try to hit, like, right at their ego. Like, I aim right, like, dead center. And I, like, at least they're doing something that makes them happy. And they're, like, progressing in something. Unlike some people.
Yeah, and, like,
and I stare right into their soul when I do that, too.
Yeah, that's the best, dude.
Oh, it's such an annoyingly good feeling.
And, okay, so at work, I see people who are very unhappy with what they're doing with their lives. And generally, it's a lot of customers, because there are a lot of customers who are just like, they've had bad days. They come in, they still have shopping to do. Whatever, man. Everyone has bad
gotta
days.
Take care of their own shit.
But
too.
they're pissed about that, and so they instead of expressing themselves and dealing with it properly, they vent their anger out on other people, and boy howdy is it fun to turn it against them. Like, because honestly, like, you might be having a bad day. I'm still going to be nice to you. And, like, I'll be chewed out, screamed at. And, like, the best thing about all of it is you can just be the happiest and nicest person. And it pisses them off even more.
And when you're not reflecting their
emotions. Hatred. Yeah, when you don't give in to their anger and instead just retort with just as much positivity and just happiness that you possibly can. Like, oh, I'm sorry about that, sir, but, hopefully you have a wonderful day. Like, drive safe, be careful, we'll see you next time, okay?
Enjoy the weather.
Oh my god, dude,
fuck you.
Dude, straight up, bunch of fucking idiots work here. Fuck you. Have a wonderful day, sir. Go fuck yourself. Drive safe. Oh, dude, it's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Period. Like,
yeah.
It definitely, it makes me happy.
I bet.
Like, because, I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, you didn't do anything wrong. You're just being nice, and, like, regardless of how angry they are, they're like, man, that fucker was so fucking nice to me. God, what a piece of shit. Like, what? You're upset because someone was nice to you? Like, no. Like, clearly you're just going to sit over that one comment and realize that, hey, like, maybe I overreacted.
Maybe I overreacted.
Or maybe you don't, and you just still continue to fucking live in just a pit of sorrow. Like, but at that point, like, that's on you. I gave you my hint. I gave you my 2 cents.
Yeah. In, like, those situations, too, and, like, even whenever I'm on the other end of it, where I'm mad for no fucking reason, like, I've been so much better about just laughing at myself.
Yeah.
And, like even if I'm like in traffic or something, like, fucking go, like, and then I'm like instantly now, like, at this point it's like instantly where I'm just like, wait, why the fuck was I even mad? Like, what?
You're gonna go 2 seconds quicker.
It's like, I'm gonna get there 5 seconds faster
and waste gas,
and then like more importantly, like, it's not that I'm losing time, it's like I'm losing my
composure,
my composure, like my train of thought, like could be
directed towards self-progression.
Yeah, like something else, and doing something that I like instead of
living in hatred.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, you definitely have to have those moments of, like, sadness and anger, because without it, there's no contrast to the happiness.
Yeah, you gotta.
But
you'll never know when when you're happy if you're never sad.
Exactly, but
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's difficult. But ultimately, like, you should still learn to keep those moments as brief as possible. Like, learning to progress past that and move on to the next stage is just, I don't know, probably one of the most important aspects I feel like you can
Sometimes
learn.
It's spooky to do that, though.
Oh, yeah, no, it's terrifying. It's terrifying to take a good, hard, deep look at yourself and realize, like, hey, like, you're not progressing. Like, you're not getting better.
And,
like, maybe it's time to, like, seek help. Because, like, ultimately, and, like, that's another thing, is, like, looking for help. Which I feel a lot of people are very scared to do in general, because, like, then it's admitting that you have a problem, and admitting that you have a problem is inherently difficult, like, incredibly.
I wonder if it's more of like at some point it's probably like a trained thing too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, every time I have been showing that I have a problem, then, like, something bad happens. Yeah. So you take that, like, immediate bad thing
over the possible gain that you get later on.
Yeah.
And so here's a great...
everything becomes very, like, transient.
Yeah. But
not long term.
So I feel like a really good way to explain how that situation... You gotta make a mess to clean a mess. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you fucking knock something over in your fridge, you gotta take everything out to clean it all up. Like, yeah, so you notice that you're having issues with your mental health. It's gonna be kind of a fucking pain to get all that shit together.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
And it's gonna take a while, too.
Yeah, but guess what? The fucking end of it, like, you got a fucking clean-ass fucking house, and you're gonna feel a lot fucking better. you're gonna feel fucking great. But it's a lot of fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes just starting the task is like the hardest part of it all. Like, I mean...
And then having just like a little bit of discipline too goes such a long way.
Yeah, and so another like really good way, like repetition is a great way to keep things going. So like once you get started, it's easier to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, like just
but
just like staying not here all the time too. Like I get freaked out on like certain thing. Like fuck, I didn't go to the goddamn gym today. Like I didn't go to the sauna. I didn't do this. I didn't do anything with music today. Even though like I've been trying to get better about like saying like, hey, can we go to the music store or something? Like I just want to go mess around since I don't have my computer and shit, and I'm not gonna bring it there because that's kind of weird at this point. But like just doing like, hey, like let's go to the music store. Like I really enjoy this.
You could keep a guitar in your car and serenade her whenever you get.
No, it'll ruin it. It'll start like melting stuff. Like
I'm just saying, like take it with you. Like,
well, I go to work and then I'll just go to her house. So
keep a guitar there. What you could do is you could buy that Taylor.
Well, I'm gonna buy the Taylor.
And what you could do is you could just take that and bring it and keep it in a room or something.
No, I'm not keeping. Oh, maybe that one.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't saying the Taylor. No. No, that'd be too extreme.
Yeah.
That'd be too extreme. No, I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah, and also fucking figure out how to be like, hey, we're not going out to eat this time. Like we're done going out to eat every fucking time I come over because this is ridiculous.
I've been really bad.
Because we are both spending money that we don't need to. That we may have, but it definitely needs to be going somewhere else.
I 100% have been going out to eat like every day for the last week.
Doesn't it piss you off?
So here's the thing though, it's a little bit different because of work. I have gas money from traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm getting like $12 a day in gas money. And as you know, I gain a lot of happiness from eating food.
Right.
And so I'm with a group of people that I like, and we get to go out and I get to eat new foods at different restaurants that I have yet to go to.
Right.
So I'm okay with that. But I'm actually at the point now where I'm like, okay, let's just go someplace a little bit more whatever. Because I've gone to a lot of, like, I went to Red Robin for the first time today. That was interesting.
Oh, that's a really good place.
Yeah, it's super cool. I drew on their walls. That was fun. It was great. I had a really fun time. And then I've been saying dad jokes nonstop. It's been great. I've been loving it. Oh my god. Like, just the increased amount of just terrible jokes in my life has just... Man, this like last week has just been incredible. It's made me so happy. Been waking up like, god damn, I can't wait to fucking hit these people with some terrible jokes and make them feel awful.
I don't know why I have this mic way the fuck up here. It
well,
needs to be brought down.
Well, you make good life choices, my guy. Hey, look at that. Hey, CRISPR, clean audio. Coming right at you.
Honestly, it probably doesn't make too much of a difference.
No, well, it was, shut up. I'm kidding. You're cool.
We've been projecting our voice fairly decently. I mean, you do just normally. I'm very soft-spoken.
Rascal, come up here, bud. Come be cute up here. I love you so much. Please. Please, buddy. Don't just stare at me like you're a foot away. Fine, I'll get you. Oh, golly, buddy. I love this cat, Mark.
I know.
I love him a lot.
It's okay.
It's great. I don't know if it's not just okay. It's phenomenal.
Love what you love.
Yeah, man. Love what you love. Do what you can.
Oh, do you... I don't know why this reminded me of it. But you know the people that just go like, oh, you have to love every bit of me?
No.
Like, it's like, yeah, but you got some really shitty qualities about yourself. Like, why should you love those? Like, you should, like, maybe be aware that they are part of you and they were part of you, but you need to be aware that they might be just shitty, and you need to get them. Get them out of your frame of mind and change about whatever little habit thing you have, or if you get like little mood spikes or something. Maybe learn how to control that and
You
like.
gotta love
oh,
every part of me. Well,
like,
you know
well-
what? I don't enjoy the fact that you smoke 4 packs of cigarettes a
Right.
day, Janet. It's
Yeah.
not okay. Like, make better life choices. Like,
Right.
I'm sorry that, like, yes, that's a part of you right now, but like,
Mhm.
change it. It's possible.
Right.
Like
Or at least like show some progress. Like fuck.
yeah. Take that, Janet.
But yeah, those people irk me.
Yeah, they're a little bit aggravating, I would say. But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, like, they're their own person, and I don't have to live
Right,
my life with them in it.
right.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, my life includes everyone that's on this planet. It's affected by
Right.
everyone on this planet.
Right.
But it's not focused on everyone in this planet.
That's true.
Focused on myself and growing as a person. Because if I can grow as a person, I can help others. You should help others.
Help others
When
when
you
they
can.
need it and when you can.
Yeah. Yeah, anything else other than that, like, you don't want to be crazy about it. You don't want to, go donating all your organs away when they're perfectly fine to sell. Could be selling them. I mean, think of the money. I mean, like, you sell one organ, you get like $40,000.
Mhm.
Think about that. You can buy a lot of food for the homeless with $40,000.
Yeah. Oh. Assuming I like get all the job stuff going in the next like week, I think, because the drug testing should be back and everything. But like insurance wise too, like I'm gonna see if I can, like, I'll get that, but hopefully I can get them to knock it down a lot and just be like, hey, I do this, this, and this, like.
It's a danger.
Like I don't eat a lot of sugar stuff, which has been shown to do this. I don't do a lot of this. Like, I'll get my blood worked on so you can see that it's like healthy and like far more healthy than maybe like your everyday person.
Your average Joe?
Your average Joe. And like, so obviously the only thing you're gonna have to worry about for me is if I get in an accident or like something like that, which I take care of my body, so like my mind's sharp enough, so hopefully that's reduced as well, that likelihood. So you should knock my insurance down. So I basically pay like $100 a month instead of the regular $200.
That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, like,
You could
if
try.
you just like start throwing like facts and figures at them, like at some point it's got to be kind of hard to resist. Other than they just want some money.
I mean, they do want some money.
Right.
It's a pretty lucrative business.
Is it?
Yeah, insurance is huge.
I don't know. I haven't really like.
Especially
Looked into
car
it.
insurance.
So, I'm sure. I mean,
Like the major ones.
maybe. I don't know. I don't have their access to their books.
Well, I mean, we should.
Because you have to do. They do like insurance for like hail and stuff.
Yeah, hold on.
Like weather. Like that's a pretty big thing. Theft.
I mean, yeah, theft is.
And
I mean,
then,
you
like,
have to have a certain amount of coverage for that too.
Right.
Like,
And,
like.
and I'm sure
and-
there's deduction, like if you like live in a specific area, they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, theft doesn't really happen, but if you live in like East St. Louis, they're like, yeah, you're paying a little bit more because your car's gonna get stolen or damaged or something. I'm sure there is.
I mean, I'm positive there has to be. I mean, like, you know what? I'm gonna look up State Farm. Wow, rascal, buddy.
But hopefully they will do that. And I also just want to get like my blood tested just to see where the fuck I'm at on certain stuff, like where certain micronutrients are and all of that shit.
Okay, so quick, small Google search led me to this, which is total revenue, which includes premium revenue, earned estimate income, and realized capital gains losses, was $78.3 billion for 2017.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of money. I told you it was pretty lucrative.
Yeah.
That's ooh.
Wait, how much was it again?
78.3 billion.
Okay.
78.3.
I mean, and I'm sure, like, just depending on what happens in the world too, that number fluctuates quite a bit.
Apparently, the year before that, it was 76.1 billion. So it had gone up 2 billion. 2.2 billion.
Mm-hmm. And, like, what if you have like just like $1 million or whatever saved for literally your like own insurance? Like, oh, what? Turn the mic up. Let's open up our own insurance agency and just insure ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty cool.
And like, yeah, it's just for us. And we just like invest in like you like just invest in your own insurance agency. You're the only customer. Like, you're not showing profits. Like, what do you mean? Like, nothing. No one's had an accident, and this $10,000 that I've put into it is $10,000 profit because it hasn't gone anywhere.
It's profit. It's not
profit.
gain.
Well, now you have to pay taxes on it. It's like, but it wasn't income because it's just going to like a safety net or something like that, or when something. I don't know. That's going down a rabbit hole.
That's a pretty big hypothetical, my man.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if
Right,
I'll
well,
have
if
$1
it's
million. I think there's I think it's a fun stat. I think
Right.
it's
Right.
the
Well, I mean,
average
just because it's like
American-
illegal to like not have whatever insurance.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
why don't you
yeah.
just fucking make your own goddamn insurance agency and then like
Yeah,
say
just
like
make
suck
your
a
own
dick, suck a dick. Like, that's what they.
Make your own insurance company and then suck a dick and then get tested for herpes.
But they're just like, oh, you have to have insurance. Like, okay, well, I'll just have to make my own insurance agency because I don't want to pay for your negligence.
Okay, well,
That's what I feel like I'm paying for.
I mean, that is kind of the case.
Because no one will care about me as much as I do. Right?
You don't know that, Mark?
I care about you.
I care
love
a lot
you.
about you, Mark.
But
These,
you know what
these
I mean?
7 years have really,
How can I expect Susan to care as much about me as I care about me? She doesn't even know who the fuck I am.
Yeah, well, you know what? Here's the some people care more about others than they care about themselves.
Right.
And some people don't care about themselves that much at all.
Right. Right.
And so they need people who care about them.
That's true. Yeah, you're right on that.
You gotta think about others, Mike.
Right. I mean,
I know. I'm just messing with you.
I'm just.
Mark, what I was
I have
going
a
to say.
very fuck you personality at some point.
I was just gonna tell you a statistic that I'm pretty sure I heard that the average American is closer to being a millionaire than Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Like, he has that much money. That we're more likely to be like. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, yeah, I could get what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not.
Or that we are closer to $1 million than he is.
Yeah, even though he has
Well,
like.
he exceeded it, but.
Yeah, percentage.
Yeah,
wise.
the variance.
Yes, you understand.
Yeah.
Great job understanding, Mark. I'm proud of you. You've done well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any cookies or stars to give you, but
Damn.
just know if I did, I would hand them over, and you would have two more
I had a
stars.
cupcake earlier today. I don't know if that counts.
You fucking bitch, dude! Think about how bad that is for you.
Dude, yeah, I know.
It's like filled to the brim with. I've been drinking those Bai drinks, the BAIs, the antioxidant ones.
I've never looked at them.
Oh, they're super tasty.
Are they?
Have like 1 gram of sugar. I think,
Nice.
like
Do they
5
have
grams.
like some like aspartame or something?
I don't think so. We can look that up though. I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm almost positive. Let me.
I think a lot of things are getting better with using like stevia stuff.
It uses stevia
instead
as
of
a
like
sweetener.
aspartame because just aspartame fucks up your gut.
Yeah.
But I wonder like how much. I hope they start. I'm sure they're starting to do it like research stuff on stevia to see how it
Actually affects.
Yeah, or to see what it affects.
Get out of your ads.
I'm sure it's better than the aspartame.
Well, hopefully. Oh,
And then
God.
better than sugar. But you never know.
Let me see.
has this bitch been going? Oh, almost 30 minutes. Okay,
Wow, that's
I'm gonna
impressive.
stop it and yeah. It's good talk.
Good talk, man. Good hustle. Man, good hustle.